Hello everyone. Welcome to Leopard Farm, where our sprawling orchard kicks off harvest season with trees dripping with the sweetest, juiciest fruit you've ever tasted. The whole village is absolutely electric with anticipation, gearing up for a bumper crop that'll bring us all a slice of prosperity. But hold up. Right as we're set to rake in the bounty, trouble crashes the party. Wild boars, those pesky, unstoppable critters, are tearing through our fields, wrecking fruit and trampling crops like nobody's business. With our livelihoods on the line, we're rallying together, embarking on some heart-pounding, high-stakes hunts to save our harvest. Stick around, hit that subscribe button, and help us reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers. Your support means the world to us. Armed with years of know-how,
have almost
we
no
studied
predatory
the boar's
animals
trails,
living
moved
with it.
fast, setting up a rock-solid ambush. The ground shook with the thunder of hoofs as the boars barreled right into our trap. Blue and I fired with pinpoint accuracy, dropping the intruders in their tracks. No time to pat ourselves on, though wave after wave of boars kept coming, massive, quick, and nimble as all get out. But no matter how fast they moved, they couldn't outrun the sharp crack of our rifles. Our orchard stretches across acres of rolling land, so we split into tight-knit teams, setting up strategic checkpoints to cover every inch. Taking down those wild boars was no walk in the park. Even with steady hands, a few shots went wide, letting some of the crafty crews slip through. Thank goodness for our trusty hunting dogs, who were worth their weight in gold, rooting out boars from thick brush and giving us clear shots. The action was heart-pounding, every moment charged with the raw thrill of the hunt we live for. Our ambush and surround strategy held strong, with the dogs' fierce barks coming through the air as I lined up my rifle and dropped another boar with a single, clean shot. When the gunfire finally faded, an eerie calm settled over the orchard, but don't let that fool you. Danger was still lurking, and we stayed on high alert. Despite our best efforts, a few boars darted off into the undergrowth, leaving us kicking ourselves for the ones that got away. By noon, we wrapped up the morning meal, rounded up our haul, and headed back home, ready to regroup and plan the next move. That afternoon, we moved our hunt to the sprawling cornfields next door. We let the hounds loose, their noses to the ground, tracking the boars with relentless drive. Their barks rang out, sharp and wild, as I pushed through the dense rows of corn, the stalks scratching at my arms. My heart raced when I spotted a boar darting through the maze. I planted my feet, took aim, and fired, a clean shot that dropped it on the spot, a prize for the eager dogs. The hounds kept baying deeper in the field, so I followed the sound and caught a flash of another boar. I squeezed the trigger, and though it stumbled, it stayed upright. I closed the gap, fired again, and this time it hit the dirt for good. Chasing these beasts wore us out, but man, the rush of nailing the shot was worth every second. As a farmer and a hunter, I'm all about protecting my land with grit and strategy. Those wild boars tearing up my corn. No use crying over it. I hunt to keep their numbers in check and my crops safe. After scoping out the field, I spotted a boar ambling along. Clueless it was in my crosshairs. It was a tricky long-range shot, but I steadied the rifle and let it rip. The crack of the gunshot echoed across the field, and the bullet hit hard, sending the boar tumbling down a slope. It thrashed, trying to get up, so I lined up one last shot to finish the job, making sure it wouldn't cause any more trouble.
Killers, huwag mag!
Moments later, the hound's frantic growls cut through the air, zeroing in on a tangle of dense bushes. I crept closer, heart pounding, and leveled my rifle. One clean shot rang out, and a boar dropped like a stone. The hunt kicked into high gear as we crested another mountain range and ran smack into a huge herd of boars. Their sheer size sent a jolt of excitement through us. We didn't hesitate, unleashing a volley of shots as one. But those nimble boars bolted, vanishing into the thick underbrush, daring us to chase them. Come along for the ride as we fight to save our crops and tackle whatever these wild boars throw our way. This video is all about shedding light on the struggle and sharing the thrill of the hunt, all while sticking to local laws and ethical hunting practices. Welcome to the Leopard Farm channel, where we dive into the wildest corners of nature. Ever heard of a real-life dinosaur still stalking the earth? Meet the Komodo dragon, a fearsome beast straight out of prehistoric times. These massive reptiles, tipping the scales at up to 366 pounds, rule the rugged landscapes of Rinca Island, captivating scientists and thrill-seekers alike. But what makes these ancient predators so dangerous? And what secrets do they hold that set them apart from every other creature? Join us as we unravel the mysteries of the Komodo dragon. Hit that subscribe button. We're charting toward 1,000 subscribers, and your support fuels our journey. Scattered across Rinca, Komodo, and nearby islands, around 8,000 Komodo dragons dominate as fiercely territorial titans. Males clash in epic showdowns, wielding razor-sharp claws, whip-like tails, and raw power to claim territory and mates. Yet, what truly cements their status as nature's ultimate survivors is their extraordinary resilience. Unlike other reptiles, Komodo dragons boast a supercharged immune system, healing rapidly from brutal injuries. Research reveals their blood is packed with antimicrobial peptides, fending off bacteria that would spell doom for most creatures. This incredible adaptation has kept these living dinosaurs thriving for millions of years, cementing their legacy as one of the planet's toughest predators.
Occasionally roam into residential areas where resources are scarce.
As the breeding season ramps up, Komodo dragons get hungrier and bolder, venturing into nearby villages in search of easy meals. This surge in activity has led to devastating losses for local farmers, with over 5,000 livestock, goats, pigs, and chickens, taken by these ancient predators. In 2024 alone, one Rinca Island farmer lost 25 goats in just a month, racking up a staggering $9,000 in damages. These attacks don't just hit wallets hard. They're sparking growing tension between communities and these formidable reptiles. So, what's being done to tackle this escalating conflict and protect both people and dragons? To curb the rising tide of Komodo dragon incursions, local authorities have launched a targeted population control program, bringing in expert hunters to manage the situation. Only licensed professionals with proven skills in tracking large games are allowed to take part, operating under tight regulations. Each team, made up of 3 to 5 members, including a lead hunter, tracker, and support staff, uses high-powered .375 H&H Magnum rifles or tranquilizer guns for safe captures. To encourage participation, hunters are paid between $5,000 and $15,000 per dragon, depending on the animal's size and the risk involved, balancing conservation with community safety. During the dry season, when Komodo dragons are at their most active, hunting season kicks into high gear on Rinca, Komodo, and Flores Islands, where clashes with humans peak. Equipped with cutting-edge tools like thermal imaging binoculars, GPS trackers, and motion-activated cameras, skilled hunters track these elusive predators with precision. Once a dragon is in sight, hunters keep a safe distance of 50 to 100 yards to ensure both a clean shot and their own safety. Aiming for the spine or heart guarantees a swift, humane takedown. These carefully managed hunts not only ease tension between locals and dragons, but also help preserve the delicate balance of the ecosystem. But taking on a Komodo dragon is no walk in the park. These giants are lightning fast, ferocious, and wildly unpredictable. In 2024, a chilling incident on Komodo Island drove that point home. A hunter, fresh off a successful takedown, was blindsided by a second dragon lurking nearby. The beast charged, knocking him to the ground, but quick thinking and backup from his team spared him with just minor scrapes. Stories like these underscore the heart-pounding risks of facing off against one of the planet's most fearsome reptiles. As a protected species, Komodo dragons are subject to strict hunting regulations to keep their populations thriving. Hunters must secure special permits and adhere to a tight quota, with only 15% of the population allowed to be culled each season. Breaking these rules risks harsh consequences, from license revocation to hefty fines. Overhunting could even throw the ecosystem out of whack, causing ripple effects on local wildlife and the environment. These measures strike a delicate balance between human safety and preserving one of nature's most iconic predators. This video is for educational and awareness purposes. After nearly an hour of trekking through the thick woods, we finally spotted our first wild boar. The moment we tried to circle around it, the beast bolted. Everyone took their shot, but between the tangled underbrush, fallen logs, and that boar's lightning-fast reflexes, not a single bullet hit the mark. For a moment, it looked like the animal might get away, but luck was on our side. Just minutes later, our hunting dogs closed in and cut off its escape. At close range, there was no time to second-guess. I raised my rifle, lined up the shot, and squeezed the trigger. One clean, accurate hit. The boar dropped. Following the map's directions, we made our way to a nearby area where wild boar activity had been reported. The team quickly spread out and took their positions, ready to spring into action. As I stood quietly inside the hunting blind, scanning the surroundings, a wild boar suddenly came charging down the slope. Instinct kicked in, I raised my rifle and fired multiple shots. But the beast was incredibly fast, vanishing into the brush within seconds. Undeterred, we pressed on and soon drove another boar toward the forest's edge. This one was different, more aggressive. It didn't flee. Instead, it turned sharply and charged straight at us. Without missing a beat, I squeezed the trigger. One powerful shot was all it took. The boar dropped instantly, ending the standoff before it could escalate.
Oh my God.
The pursuit through the forest was far from over. It was a test of endurance, skill, and strategy. With years of hunting under our belts and a deep understanding of wild boar behavior, we knew exactly how to coordinate a successful takedown. The team split into 3 specialized units,